Hey guys, welcome back to another match preview. Manchester City head to Craven Cottage tomorrow to play Scott Parker's Fulham in an interesting game of football. I'm looking forward to this game. I can't wait for it. Hopefully, it's another victory to put that disappointing Derby Day defeat back further in the back recesses of our mind after the excellent 5-2 victory the other day. And as ever, today I'm going to go through the overview, look at the press conference quotes and all that kind of stuff, look at the team news. There's not much to look at there, I'll be honest straight away. Try and predict the lineup, look a little bit of Fulham, and then try and predict the score at the end of this video. So let's jump straight into the overview, shall we? Guardiola, basically, he was on good form today, talking about a whole host of subjects. Interestingly, I'm going to start with confirmation that Pep is bald. Guardiola was asked initially about he was asked during the interview about Scott Parker's fashion sense, about two kind of trendy managers going head to head, and he said, listen, he's younger, he has hair. Very true. He's better dressed than me, definitely. I can accept a draw against him in terms of the best dressed manager. Lovely little bit of respect there for Scott Parker's handsomeness at very, very least. He was also very praiseworthy for Fulham in general. He said this about them. Since day one, they play incredibly well. They were relegated with Scott, but then promoted again. There are incredibly good managers in English football. Mr. Potter, Scott Parker, they're innovative and have courage. It's my 5th season, and I see the quality in these teams. We saw the quality with Southampton. Fulham is no exception. So Guardiola isn't taking Fulham lightly, and rightfully so, given their recent form, which we'll get onto in a little bit, because they will be bold, they will be brave, and they will be a team that can cause us problems if we take our eye off the ball. He was also asked about the importance of Ilkay Gundogan, who's now won 2 Premier League Player of the Months in a row. Big love to Mr. Whippy there. And he said, I'm going to tell you a secret. The manager of the month is because we win games. Same with player of the month. We are not better than others simply because there are many people behind us, the backroom staff who helped us to win games. There's no more secret than that. And he's right, to be honest. If you win games, you're probably going to win individual awards as well, which doesn't downplay the accomplishment of Gundogan. But he's right to say, if you win more games, I mean, put it this way, you could be the best player in the league, but if you're playing for a team that's losing every week, no one's going to pay any attention. I guess that was his broader point there. But either way, Gundogan thoroughly deserved that. I think Fernandes and Lingard were his main rivals. But bear in mind, Manchester City, he scored a braces against Liverpool and the Spurs in February. He very much deserves it with an assist as well. He scored more and created more than Lingard technically. But he scored, I think he scored the same amount as Bruno and created 2 less assists. But, you know, City were much better and played better teams that month. So fair play for me for Gundogan. Well done. He was also asked about the Etihad pitch, which has had some question marks about it recently because it's been genuinely a bit of a state. Not really good enough, in my opinion. He said, we're working a lot and trying to find a solution. The grass isn't good. All the players know this. The weather is tough, but there are stadiums where the grass is good. Arsenal, Anfield, Old Trafford, Budapest, the grass is better. And when you're Pep Guardiola and your game's built around zipping the ball around the pitch, obviously that stuff is going to matter. So Pep isn't happy about that. And then there was also just loads of talk about how he prefers teams that come at you and don't always look to defend it and nothing else. Of course he's going to say that. I mean, if he wants, Pep would always encourage teams to come out. But I think he genuinely does prefer that kind of football. So I don't think he's lying when he talks about that kind of stuff. In terms of the team news, well, I'm not really sure there is any team news. Everyone is fit and firing. We've got a full house of players, which does lead to some difficult questions. Who's going to be left out of the squad? Could we see the return of Nathan Ake? And no, I'm not going to sing it this time. Could he actually be on the bench this time? And if so, where does that leave Mendy? Because surely Mendy and Garcia will be the ones to miss out, given we've got now a full and fit squad. And also, it's interesting to see how he balances these things, given the fact that we have got some interesting games come up. We've got the second leg in the Champions League against Borussia Mönchengladbach, and of course, we've got Everton in the weekend after in the FA Cup quarter-final. By the way, for that quarter-final, I'm going to be on the We're Not Really Here show yet again over on Man City's channel. Can't wait. Alongside Dunny, nonetheless, an ex-Everton player. Can't wait. Should be really, really good fun. In terms of the lineup, though, Ederson's goal is a given. Now, I don't really know how many changes he's going to make here because we were very good the other day. I can't decide. I do think Cancelo will come back into the team because I thought Walker was pretty poor the other day. And Guardiola has hinted now that he's going to rotate less because everyone is fit and firing. So he's going to play players that give him a problem in terms of like, you can't drop me. So I do think Cancelo will play here. And I think Stones and Diaz will be the centre-back pairing. Because I thought the other day Laporte didn't have a good game personally. He was fine, but he didn't have a good game. And Zinchenko did have a very good game. So I think you've got a back four there. Cancelo, Stones, Diaz and Zinchenko. And currently that's our most informed back four, I reckon. So I think you'll play those. Fernandinho won't play 2 games in a row. We pretty much know this to be certain. He was okay the other day, Fernandinho, but I don't think he had a good enough game to warrant pushing his fitness, if that makes sense. He wasn't like insanely good, so we have to play him again, given the fact that they have fitness concerns, given his age. So it'll be Rodri. Rodri's almost a given there. Which does, once again, get to that bit where it's very, very difficult. I've got a feeling Bernardo's going to play this game. I think De Bruyne, and I think basically Gundogan will sit out on the bench for this game because we've got a surprise up front coming, I reckon. I think Foden and Mahrez will start once again. Foden and Mahrez definitely deserve to start once again, unless they decide to rest them, because we were very good the other day, of course, and we might want them to play in the Champions League. But I think they'll play because they're both fit and raring to go. And Foden obviously is a high-energy game style, but he's also young, so he can actually handle, he can handle playing that many games. And Mahrez is not the most high-intensity footballer, so he doesn't necessarily require a rest in the same way as everyone else. But basically, I think Sergio Aguero's going to start. I could be miles wrong there. It might be Jesus who starts. It could be De Bruyne once again with Gundogan back in midfield. It could be Sterling who starts, but I think Aguero. I'm going to go for Aguero. What I would do, by the way, is I would play the back four I've suggested. I would play Rodri as well. I would probably play... to be honest, I'd probably play this team I picked, really. I'd probably rest Gundogan for the Champions League game. I probably would actually do that. Bernardo, De Bruyne, Mahrez, Aguero, Foden. That's what I would do, because I want to see Aguero get a start, but I'm fine with whatever variation. So, yeah, I'd probably actually do this. This is probably what I'm hoping for, really. In terms of the opposition view, anyway, let's look at Fulham. They are currently sat down in 18th, having played 1 game more than Brighton, but they're on the same amount of points currently. Both sides are on 26 points. Fulham have got... They've got no one behind them, really. They've got West Brom and Sheffield United, but, West Brom are 8 points clear. They're not going to catch him. West Brom are pretty much going down unless Sam Allardyce does something absolutely insane. And if he does, fair play to Big Sam. But I think it's more likely going to be Sam Allardyce than Big Sam Allardyce. So we're going to have... them chasing down Brighton, or maybe they'll try and chase down Newcastle or Burnley or whatever. But either way, safety is still within their grasp, because they're only, put it this way, they're only 4 points off Burnley in 15th place. So they have got a pack ahead of them that they can chase down potentially. We look at their results and all that kind of stuff. They did beat Liverpool the other day 1-0, and they would have been delighted by that. And they kind of deserved it as well, from what I can tell, with Mario Lemina scoring a good goal. They did lose before that to Tottenham 1-0, which is no shame in that. They drew as well away at Crystal Palace 0-0. They did beat Sheffield United 1-0 at home. I think it was Lookman who scored that goal. And then, of course, as well, they drew 1-0 away with Burnley. But they did beat Everton 2-0 away from home. So their form in general is pretty good at the moment. And, of course, they had that massive result against Liverpool the other day. Basically, they've got this newfound defensive stability. They kept 5 clean sheets in the last 7 outings. And, of course, a big part of that is our former man, Tosin Adarabioyo. Tosin's been absolutely fantastic. He's performed a really, really good partnership alongside Joachim Andersen. And it's good, man. I'm so happy for Adarabioyo. Even if Fulham go down, I would not be surprised to see Adarabioyo get bought back and stay in the Premier League, because he's such a good footballer. And I was banging the drum for him to stay around and be an option at one point. Obviously, we've got a lot of defenders now, so it's not necessary. But 2 million was always ridiculously cheap for a player of his quality, and he's proved it. Either way, they're in good form, They're unbeaten on rival territory since the turn of the year. However, they've only won 1 of the last 10 Premier League matches at Craven Cottage, and they've only scored 8 goals at home all season, which is a Premier League low this season. They have got a pretty healthy squad, though. They've got the likes of Mitrovic, Loftus-Cheek, and maybe... and Guisa, who could all push for starts at the moment. But given the fact that they played Liverpool the other day and they're really, really good, it'd be very, very harsh to drop anyone from that side, given the fact that, honestly, it was a big victory for them, which would mean the likes of, obviously, Josh Marju, who scored a few goals, and Cavallero, and Lamina, and Reed, and Lookman, the 2 Reeds, of course, there, Adarabioyo, Aina as well. They've got basically a very good side there. I'm expecting they'll stick to what they know, really, because it's working for them. In terms of my prediction, though, I am expecting Man City to turn up, and Fulham, as good as they are, I do think we'll have the right attitude, because I think we'll play the right plays for this. Players who are going to work really hard. The likes of Bernardo and Foden will run and run. I wouldn't be surprised if Jesus plays, by the way, and I'm sure if he does play, he'll play better against them than he has in recent weeks. But this Manchester City side really, 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 really need to put this game to bed early on, because if we do score early on, Fulham will they'll probably drop their heads a little bit, and all of a sudden we're looking down. We only have 8 games left, and we'll obviously hopefully be at least 14 points clear of Man United or something like that. It's a very good situation to be in. So we really, really need to see Manchester City come out the traps, kill this game early on. Hopefully we can make some subs to key players from the 60th minute onwards and rest them for the BMG game midweek. But I'm going to say Manchester City to win this game. I'm going to say a clean sheet. We've not had many clean sheets recently, so I'm going to say a clean sheet. I'm going to say a 2-0 Manchester City victory. Hopefully Phil Foden on the score sheet. And I'm going to say the other will be... Why not Sergio? I probably won't even play. Probably Bernardo or something like that. Guys, thanks for watching this match preview. Go check out the video from yesterday, the 5 things learned. And I will see you tomorrow night for a very late watch along. 8 o'clock kickoff on a Saturday. I'm not having it, Man City. I don't enjoy it. I want to enjoy my Saturday night. But either way, I'll be enjoying it with you guys. I'll see you tomorrow, of course. Thank you to my Patreon producer, Ahmed Al-Ali, and all the names currently scrolling down the side of the screen. Don't forget to hit the like button. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button if you're new to the channel. In a bit.